I would like the comment section of this video, or audio that is, to be only filled with discussions and debate. I'd rather not see too much like patting on the back or agreements. People saying I agree, thank you, thank you. I honestly, this may sound weird, but I prefer somewhat of a hostile comment section. Not hostile as far as name calling, but criticism, debate, discussion, where people are putting ideas together. Something is happening. Something is becoming new. Something is forming in there, Growth. So, okay. For quite a few years now, maybe 5 or 7 years, I've been listening to different videos on heaven and hell, or people talking about heaven and hell based on a dream or visions they say they got from God, or some type of near-death experience where they may have said that they died and where they went and all that type of stuff. And some things I guess I agree with, and they kind of sit well with me, and some things don't sit well with me. So I'd like to talk about what sits well with me, what I agree with and what I don't agree with. And anyone who disagrees with me, I want you to constructively disagree with me if you can. Have a discussion with me. I'm talking about this also for my own growth. I'm not trying to get on here and preach. That's not what this is about. Sometimes, people preach and whatnot, but on this particular subject, I feel like it's best for us to just talk as beings and grow and see what comes of it. So anyway, what I agree with in these videos is that I do believe there are certain decisions and behaviors we can adopt which might trigger us to go to a place or places that we don't want to go. Places that can be considered hell or a hell realm. And we can also do the opposite. We can have characters which are so good and significant. Well, which are so good and positive or whatnot, that we go someplace pleasant, like a heaven or some type of heaven realm. I don't necessarily believe one is up and one is down. I don't know, but to me, I guess it doesn't matter. What matters to me is what happens when you get wherever you go. But I believe those things because the same thing occurs on this plane of existence. There are certain behaviors which lead to certain things. If you live a life of crime or immorality, or by immorality and crime, I mean you're engaging in behaviors that most societies would generally look at as crimes or criminal behavior or immoral behavior. If you're engaging in these things, usually there are consequences for it, and they're not good. And there are also behaviors where if you engage in these behaviors in this plane of existence, that you may receive certain rewards or benefits from those behaviors. At the very least, a name or respect for being maybe trustworthy or good, or just other things that come with that. So that's why I believe that that's a very strong possibility that the same way, sorry, the same way it's like whatever wavelength we're on in this plane attracts a certain wavelength on this plane. I feel like why would it not work after you die? Also, what I won't get into right now is I do believe in an afterlife, or I do believe in other existences besides this one. I've got quite a bit of personal experience that I can't explain, and most religious, not just religious books believe in an afterlife, or another life, or another realm of existence, or realms of existence. But practically every native culture believes it too. And they have some interesting stories. So, anyway, what I agree with also in these videos is that I pretty much said it. That's what I agree with. What I don't agree with, what I'm having issues with, is that if you don't specifically believe in Jesus, that you're gonna go to hell. Like, it doesn't matter if you're just trying your best to be a good person. If you don't specifically call on the name of Jesus, that you're going to hell. You're going to go to hell if you don't believe. That's what I find hard to believe. But that's what I strongly dislike. So that's what I'm having an issue with. And I almost feel like it's I don't know, something in it. It's something I don't care for. I don't see how you can love somebody and deeply fear them. So I don't. To me, it sounds kind of psychotic to me. You know, sure you can if you don't if you can love other people, but if you don't love me, you're gonna burn in eternity for hell. I mean, you're gonna burn in hell for eternity. You know, that doesn't sound very loving, and it doesn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy about Jesus or any God that would, well, any God that feels that way. I would like to think the same way. I mean, I would like to think that a superior being would simply just kind of judge me and just be like, you know what, you're not good enough. Or like you're just not good enough to be amongst me and my people. You know, that to me is somewhat fair, but to be like, I never knew you, go burn. I mean, um, like it doesn't even matter how good you are or how good you tried to be. I never knew you, go burn, is what people are saying. That is the message that they're trying to spread, and I don't. It just doesn't sit well with me. And all I can do is tell the truth. And if Jesus doesn't like that, um, I don't know what to say. I mean, all I can do is tell the truth. If the Jesus that has the power to put people in heaven or in hell doesn't uh, doesn't like me voicing the truth or voicing my truth, even though I sincerely believe it. I mean, there's nothing I can do about that. There's absolutely nothing I can do about that. All we can ever do in this life is our personal best. And these are the best decisions I can come up with. Because again, I just don't think it's possible for me to love Jesus with all of my heart to keep from burning. Yeah, I don't work that way. I don't even know if anybody works that way. So leave your comments. I personally believe you're gonna go to whatever realm you're attracted to the most, or what realm you seem to fit in the most. The more negative you are, you're going to go to a realm of negativity that is similar. If you're positive, you're going to go to a realm that's more positive. That's what I believe. So leave your comments. Let's see if we can come up with something.